A+. Any year Kwesi Pratt trending in Ghana, but I want to show you why they are trending. Let me start with Kwesi Pratt, a seasoned journalist. A friend Uncle Kwesi Pratt is somebody I actually admire. But Kwesi Pratt is playing some game in the country. I don't know the problem. Kwesi Pratt have a problem with President John Dramani Mahama, his style of governance, but on Shedanka. But he keeps doing exactly the same thing. Now there was a flooding in Ghana. President John Dramani Mahama took helicopter to assess the situation. And this is what Kwesi Pratt has to say about President John Dramani Mahama using helicopter to assess the situation. Listen.
There are a few things that I've observed which are not really substantial, but the cosmetic value is also very important. Yesterday or 2 days ago, the president decided to go on a helicopter trip around the flooded areas to assess the damage, Now, I know the president to be a historian and a journalist, His trip is not likely to produce a scientific outcome. This helicopter trip is not likely to produce a scientific outcome for the problems that the people of this country are confronted with. It shows some empathy with the people who are affected and so on, but I would have thought that even that would have been better displayed if it was walking on the ground, touching people, getting into affected homes, lifting babies and so on. The empathy would have been better expressed than flying around the flooded city in a helicopter. But that is what perhaps his advisors, put before him. And he did it, I don't think that the aesthetics are good enough. In a situation where you have this massive flooding and your leaders are in helicopters flying over you, the aesthetics are not very good, But then that has been done. At least it shows some level of concern, even though the aesthetics do not appear to be excellent. You understand?
All right. Inti Sawati Uncle Kwesi Pratt. Kwesi Pratt, he has a problem with the president flying helicopter to assess the situation. Because according to him, the same President John Dramani Mahama ever form. But according to Kwesi Pratt, or say a cosmetic, it doesn't make sense for president to use helicopter to assess the situation. Now I'm saying, okay, ask Kwesi Pratt, why are they? Do you know something? Let me take you back to history. Kwesi Pratt doesn't know, say, some of us, we have those kind of memories. During the first administration of President John Dramani Mahama, Galamsey Emma ne Homeneso. And then President John Dramani Mahama and his appointees, as of that time, na papa bia, and I think say opposition in the country as well. If any Ben Doche Malo or something like that. That time he was the presidential press communication secretary or something like that. And then Papai, and the President John Dramani Mahama called a parabono. He came back and then the media engaged this man. And Papai, my answer say, oh, Pacho, listen to these words. Looking at the helicopter view of Galamsey, we need national attention. Anke Kwesi Pratt this argument. He say, Kim, also one tells here. And Kwesi Pratt saw Papai mu, chale, odi di na temsta ibiabi. Efre Papa ne say oyedudui. Kwesi Pratt so oyedudui communicator. Papa no die Kwesi Pratt de man no, also oyedudui communicator. Na die inti na obeka kira manfo say Galamsey no just the helicopter and kwa assess helicopter situations. Then Ben Doche Malo sana Kwesi Pratt friend say onye excellent communicator. Dudu ye kase obi ye dudu ye, that means obi ye nadwen ewo form onim nyansa to tell Ghanaians say Galamsey no just say you see the helicopter view. Me pa chow President Cook Mama Tebro, you can't say looking at something from the helicopter viewer. What does it mean? But Kwesi Pratt had issues with these kind of things. So it seems to say any given time, President John Dramani Mahama, by President Kwesi Pratt has issues with how President John Dramani Mahama approaches national issues that needs nationalistic attention. Yeah, he was also Richard Wyatt. He was working at the BBC then, and President John Dramani Mahama confined by. In this particular administration, I understand that President John Dramani Mahama am some political appointment, but I need to cross-check that kind of fact as well. So Kwesi Pratt, ADD Bendo Chemola attempt because of this same helicopter comment. Oh yeah, on the same Galamsey visit, and then President Asaba the helicopter call around the Kwesi Pratt to he has a problem with it. Uncle Kwesi Pratt. Now somewhere in here, exactly, bird eyes view, President Kukwaya there. That is how I understood it then. But I say we see somewhere 2014. You can go back and cross check. 2014. Until we be a situation and also such situation so from the bird eye view. I say from a chili potinya and now the kakarkama. This is how we need to approach it. Kwesi Pratt on Tiasie. Chale, Kwesi Pratt made this kind of comment on Peace FM. So no deep panatem no. Calling Obi and no yeah or BBC Dudui. A boyama papa na resign ye was say na Ghana pana just all can some hane ejo no see her. O so hane ejo resign papa na resign no koye. Ben Doche Malo. That time he went away. He went away. Because of Sima Kwesi Pratt mkai, Kwesi Pratt did na tem, and then as a president aba, no problem as a president you mete akra ho. But minimum all parts of Accra, so let's use helicopter to assess the situation with engineers, with the sector minister, near how to address the problem. Kwesi Pratt sent minutes also on TRTENDING. Minima they call the president so the helicopter now. What is the problem? Why are they with Kwesi Pratt? Because they are singing the same message. NPP for can say, "Alleged Dr. Munufie Politics from and a president Namsoro and fire home." As long as the problem is solved. So about flooding in Accra, me pacho watch this particular video. 1995, there was flooding.
On the surface of the water and whole loaves of bread.
This was 1995. Ya tena Ghana hosa ama flooding achi SABC. Nobody is thinking. Nobody is approaching the thing holistically. Say then yenye. And then we've gotten a president who say there far from answer. One say who's video say na President Rawlings enemu. President Rawlings was ebi na one video ni ba me fa nko akiri kakara fa ade. Yes start no be who say President Rawlings no onante nsuo num. Enti si yenye leader bi o say there be me predecessors anante nsuo num saa be si ene. Watch this one. Here Rawlings wa. So who Rawlings ho. Enti me ma me to me use a different approach. Kwesi Pratt so on Kais Adiwe. Kwesi Pratt ayi na dwe free so e no odi president natem. Na me bebo video bi a kire. Na wo de hwe ade a ensuo na ato na wie no. Abusuafo Ghana no we need ese ni people ye bo no. Ensuo na to awie a ye gu so fix system ni ye nwie no. Raf akoto akwa bi a ono de still no oto wura no agu gatesinum. Watch this particular video from Raf. Chale wo hwe nsem ni bi a ase Ghana na mentiase he. Enye nnora enye na enye bosumi no. One video ya mi kire we 1995. Kufo tam ebisi ye. Atames Rollins time ebisi ye. Ese Atames Mahama time ebisi ye. Nanado time ebisi ye. Mahama time this time around ebisi ye. Ye fix system no. O de hwe ade a kwabra na isu say gina man ni mo wo san ye den. Eye. This one I credit Raf very very well. What have I because so?
Suo Jimmy. Hey. Suo Jimmy a Jimmy. Suo Jimmy a Jimmy. Suo Jimmy a Jimmy. But let me call you back. Any date here na suo eyiri efo bia wa ha no. What be gina yi that way we are. E hold up plan. Suo Jimmy. Hey. What the you enya spank ma
tieni yo. Akwa na ntene ho ase. Ojina gata no mu tuura gu so de kode ye kwan. Wo de hwe video nti.
Ma bona sumo be bi odina no. Enna nkofo platform so pupo mu wie ye. What be tell yi sad we gu ya. What do you ejuma? Hey, what do you ejuma? What do you Simna ko yi flos. Fadu tun rest na ko yi. Kwete. Go back my friend. Go back. Simna ko yi free ho. Simna ko yi free ho na pia wa shade nim. My friend, Mr. Kwesi. Simna ko yi free o. And then Kwesi asem no. Itu be yi nka be hwe we ni agua. Hey, nka be hwe we ni ade agua.
Kwasi ye de kwan faso.
O de ye be kwan, itu de be kwan wa. Na bi itu de be kwan wa.
Your friend say your friend.
Itu de be kwan wa ha. O de we be kwan wa.
Ye ni ka kra. E na ya.
O de sira ko yi free o na o me du etisi si ansha. Me pia wa hwade mu kwa. Sira ko yi free o. Sira ko yi. Chama me mami pia sira ko yi ade ni free ho. Kwasi asemu nko a, hwe ni pa le gu onum na enna omo bebi omo da ko omo nya. Bebi omo da mpo omo nya. Kwasi ampere o be ja side e fini bi side ba be go. What do me? Kwasi asem se de yakwan.
Ke ba bi eni pedese ni da o. E wo nsuo ya no na wabo kiosk e na odam. Nsuo fa na wose aban. Nsuo fa na wose aban. Akwa na ntene ho ase wose ode se awura ni begu ho aye kwan mente ase ye. Wo de video no.
Wo de yakwan we. Mo musumu ni amotia o ye dan Kwasi asem obi a hu ka twentre no. Hey, since free o. Kwasi asem akwa. Ni politics nya muni amada ni mu ho tibifo. Ye wi ane de ho sobo akwa obi. Kwasi ampani. Say ya de yakwan. Kwasi ampani ka kwan na down. Wo say de emo yi kube ehunu na de yi. Kwasi asem akwa. Yeah baba. Sister free o. Chairman, me no bo waso mo be. O sadi mo na.
Mesero mo hwe akwa na is your sound mind. Because no still no one thing ho ase sa de na o ye no. E ye bone.
Mana okika karipa na provoke me no. Another some no di agro. Who di some no di agro? Hey, you di some no di agro na. Ah, what do you some no di agro? Me nya dem bu be fu. Sister ni fu o. Me don okika ngwas. Sister. Hey, me nya ma me bu fu. Sister was assembly fu o. Hey, me get job ya. Oya why da ma osimra no me. Onu so me hwegu. Hey. Yo, don't engage him. Me engage no, sister free o. Manese no problem. Manese some free. You are Musumu amon punish you. Yeah, it's a Musumu one Musumu punish you. Yeah, that's what it is. So now, Obian watch you, you understand? So you watch me as I'm doing the wrong thing, you correct me. When I also go wrong, you also go wrong, I correct you. We so all watch everybody. All for film matoya, but they be an out to come juma. In Swan in a chicken out to my Obi-Wan. Son, on any mistake. In case some more way mistake, it affect you. We should all rise up and speak up. You understand? Yeah. Since I'm sitting here free war, Obi Otibia, since ye, who are the black say, Omu di bibi babe guanma, Oba for you guanway. And you need that yan on the go. But somebody must always rise up and tell them the truth. Mo somebody go out, Montomo, Memo Bian Tran, Monchamo Bian was assembly. Now, Obia on the right, who saw the Guasima, pick up your phone, record it. Oh, yeah, Bruno. Oh, yeah, who can so the son of Sons and Albert? Finish your money, sir. Then was a 7 to Biamo. What's a some quantity to come here and then show you any day and a video say, I'm going to government and shot, nor had one man in them, because it's so side topic, can't come with baby. And to be a honey, I say, I was a comedy baby, we are one but a man. What's the Asama? Maybe Obi on the ball of Beguiano, Mimi Huno, Montiana Muso Bidi Beguia, Montino.
Well, you're the rough as it. One my dear cause of Ghana. We would so bow we could be president in ye. Because Tima Munina or ya didn't want on who sent from Subi or home. Sometimes the minimum, but let's be honest. Your contractor, why you quine edge this big hole space can see it. He has been paid to do this kind of thing, and nobody seems to care. Mine are team Charlie. We keep on saying on this particular platform, say mine is a really mine. Every 4 years we go onto the polls to elect new leaders. Yet leaders need the humanitarian contract and sa on yet. Yes, we nominate the same no more. Wow, we me ukurum ya the same thing. Me ukurum ukurum they did the same thing. Kwaya and the shovels na ese guso asa here we are. Ya hoko insuto ana horoko. Then the next government come back and they go and fix the same thing. And then wow, because I deal with na more yen enye no. Na system no society no they come to attack wona wo kase enye no. Saa na Ghana ntie. Na na me hu brekum kwaya contractor na ko gina ho ade a wo ye enye. Ma hu drobo area ho ba bi se Kwesi buokrum kwan online kwan ayeye no enye okwaka buei yedi watem me a me kurom tachimai ya ma me Elizabeth ofuso yare o ye kwan bi wa wora no ho ma hu so obi gina so sade ni se ya na say okwaka mo se we NDC ni nka NDC asem kwan ya gu ni 3 days ago no kwabara ni tim de nsasa ade ni se na eni na gum why so why kwan eti me mentiase ye se me na madwen nya adwuma se Ghana na ye mpese be koso se di mentiase ye o ka wo na they will go after you aha tachima enough awura no kwan ama me ya ye no kwan ne enye we MP we minister do ya de pa na gidi nye se wo ko gina keke na the shovel ko sa de guso na se ya wi dabi onya hwe enso president mu nyina moto mo hwe Rose Minister, motor senior ministers in the system. We are all watching them. When you in Ghana, say you say look, and be the Quabrane, to a Kubura was on the Yaquine. Say, I say no. And taking a moi, the say no call. Yes, but sometimes I are a hosemo. Oh, I are a hosem. My uncle Kwame A+. So Kwame A+ so could dim komobi. Now, Commander Kwame A+ Edino. I have seen a lot of people. I'll move di Kwame A+ attempt. Charlie, the way I kwanya so panono and ya superman ketwa. But we did see some potting Kwame A+. Ekaye. What here we are? Let's address it. You better fast the key point in a woman. Aha. Now, after the answer, they are being tried. So that is how I want us to be doing this kind of show every blessed day. That is why I call it the debate. What I say, Munufie Politics, see, and no, T Kwame A plus.
So called Enyansafoni, Omwebu Omano, Omwebu, Yenhuhe. There's so much woman, we do a gentleman, Omwebu Omani Yenhuhe. Oh, wait, your honorable, or Kasa, was honorable for us to make Kasa with different way, Mr. Speaker. Yes, I did. Oh, but you know my mandate by 2028, and when we are going to account to the people, and you come to Gomua, now so often say we plus there, Omunu. You will see what I've done in Gomua, and when Pino Bunu on your way, me call Canada, no more bobo, no black style bobo, Mama Uncle Shebi, let me chase solar. Me call Salot Town, me call solar, the Abba, me constituency, no MP no share ball. What I say, to MP no Bunu, me moving, West Woodlands in Suma, Super Foul, men crow. What I say, and Uncle 4% beer, and Kaya Bayer winner, Nanka MP, or by Kambanku, hey, honorable, me your big man, me Kambanku. Me share you mama youth no me MP Kwame plus me nka banku me motre me ya guy man dodo what you say I mean senior ma me washing machine no be senior ma because of vote what did that honorable me go senior ma bro MP bia owia common fund osuro voter MP bia odi abansika osuro voter Mimindi abansika we are common fund me from Sanka almost yan kwhwe ball oban the beto ticket me say me nko man buying traffic into me slow as a voter unto abama me atum no obewia usika me mu ade but opa fa me saa because obi omu ade no obi owia abansika tu no choose ba akona to abama no that busy
Brother, me
I'm
not your regular MP.
Dabi. Me real usika. Am I say obansika me real bida. Me ko book me say me real bansika da. But we didn't kwasa me di watem. We jimi a we jimi. Enti no, yen tu no. Omo mu real sika, no mo mu di atem. Muntu so ba ko ne mfam bu man no. What dey ase? Ghana krokro no do so do Andra John Domelu. Am kan we kan. Me hu no nam. John dey nice guy. I like him. He's my friend. What's your shoes? She Wellington boots. Or go up and down. Honorable. You say so you to me. I'm okay. One na moza ya den. Omo si dan na sin suom. Honorable. Dan no mo na si sin suom ho. E na wo aso video call. Ka kire omo. So mo si dan na sin suom. One na mo side. Only go and sympathize. Oh, John the melody. Okay, nice. But you can't do anything about it. Tell the people the truth. Omo to ball agu. En suonum omo njai. I'm not John Yadibe Menijipa. When say Uncle Bridge, I say I won't do it. We cannot do it. Hey, Mr. Hono, Mr. John Yajiga Kakra. Mr. Mini Para. I can me million. Hey, Jiga.
Well, Honorable Kwame A plus and also your normal MP now and also no be diumpoa on with me a bicycle. But in the comment section, I've been saying, Charlie. Sometimes, you know, but me my and say on a scale of 1 to 10. I will support Kwame A plus 7% on a scale of 1 to 10 because Ghana for me 7 do be a Jimmy to the sense of being one to say to say acquire or two would have my car also the equal way. Now says any people wait so we are not soon for now. Also, who blame me buying? Who blame me by saying, or what no when him say, I don't know why yeah, so when him say maybe I didn't make a deal. Say, "Oh, come me couldn't touch my offer." Quite be what have you idea? I want to show you to yes, I can say a told me do what have you idea.
Ghana for positive, and then I'm for the day, any I quite, and then me have a barber shop. Conversation is stop it you. One way, a suppet and your papa. One way, your papa. Went to way a quine. Quite a bone grace quan and quite so an aqua you. Send a quine into quite a by yellow, and then this up among who swagger and I'm what way upon the Maurano. Because I run for a catch of papa. Who can talk about MP as I've come Fubian over Yamma to a quine. Quite a bone grace quan I'm on it. We a quine. Who are Monshe, we a quine. A cheer kai with the uncle.
Yanka no quarry. Say ye kwan last week A contractor na ye ko na nipa da sani timi de nsa fa abo no gravel no. Ye kwan. To be honest with ourselves. A sitting MP, we minister. And a quest I kwan with my Mama is Elizabeth Fuso Jare. Why me papa pay you? So me can a hammer. The be I can say a Jare is the only person I watch him at the ewo ho. A Jare Pameno, watch him at the pain. As they are the way of me who say mammy a parliament say, me mammy pa now is a way. But the mefreno, my chance the coin with them is sereno, on some coin for. The person be good President John Dramani my name say. Aha. And I think say so you support Kwame A+, right? Me say on the scale of 1 to 10, I support Kwame A+7. Aha, and 7 be I just say come shindi pano. And said was sana bien because Ghana na ye fa say and I metro about here. Na me hu picture bi ama me bi wa fam John Domelo say etare na bo opene ho so John Domelo ma ho ba na o ma ho municipal me yisika ma no o so ko si dan phone dey see atechem then you go for wa say MP go yin sika ma based on what a teacher say A+ is not making any sense at all but ebi ne dey mami let's discuss it. President Cooks, who paid off contractor? Did they do a final inspection? Why are we no? Why are we call? Why we in a Juma or no? Why we here last week? Because that is where I come from, and I know the stretch of the road. Last week, why are we no? We now can Charlie. Yeah, some can now feed now. According to say a personal attack. And on back away. So what if she has done something wrong? You say it too. You have to say it. Oh, of course, that is why I'm saying it. Well, I don't know why you're there. Totally wrong. And I'll call her personally and tell her, say, Mr. Kwanwe party, go back. Because Kwanwe dear and Nepal 2026. Asphalt Quran can come me patch wow table chebe. Say asphalt Quran, there are levels of asphalt. When I lived in Finland, the asphalt I knew, no, me to Switzerland, then I saw a different asphalt. Say na asphalt will be it me here what the car now so you don't. The only thing you hear is the sound of your car engine. You don't hear anything. And it was later on that I realized that Finland is introducing those kind of asphalt. Now say a net 2026, uguso yes apetin. And yes apetin kura achieve sapeti etimi and safa. I would have day. I say ni so within Nabeko. We need to tell them, say, I don't know MYA. So that is how we have to go. On the same flooding, I have another member of parliament. Another member of parliament. I will become flooding as them. This time round, I always say, about Ghana, do you know why Ghana is not developing very fast? Oka seminar, then Nipana woka de bomono. They keep it and then switch asemna wokano. This member of parliament, ya has been the video actually, or you may be member of parliament. You find Honorable Martin, a James Kosa. And then another Dego Kufado, he was the local government minister. But okana sema, then the people in my town, they tell you say a personal attack. Makana sempen, I'm a penny for part sa fremeda. So I shouldn't attack him. But I say, Ghana somebody yeka. And so, I either Fagana mine. What the local government minister paying? We did see some of parliament. We are the facts ever check on one casa. Tinsema honorable matter James Koseka. Me so say one more thing because they will still tell me say I'm personally attacking him, but we are doing politics and we are saying things are ebe boama team muni bia hoto no. I know Martin himself will say me the personal attack. Martin when your personal attack, Mr. Listen to Nsema Walker.
All of this is happening at the time that we need to place on record that the Akufo-Addo government did a detailed technical study of the flood situation in Accra, and in 2017 solutions were found. Mr. Speaker, this led to an important policy under the GARID. Mr. Speaker, again, it's important to place on record that since 2017 and the inception of GARID, there's been no other national flood mitigation policy except GARID. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, a program that ought to have dealt with the problems that we are going through today appears abandoned. There is a huge gap between words and the actual work being done on the ground. Mr. Speaker, I note an attempt by the Honorable Bejira to mislead this House. And we say for the record, Mr. Speaker, as we speak, there are over 40 projects under GARID which are still supposed to be running but are stalled. Mr. Speaker, the issue about GARID not happening is not because there is no money. There is around $200 million still waiting to be spent under the GARID program so we can add the situation that we are doing. Mr. Speaker, in 2020, under a legitimate consideration, there was a need to apply part of those funds to deal with COVID. Mr. Speaker, all the auditing processes that has gone on after that process has indicated that nothing untoward happened. Yet, in a time like this, you find our colleagues opposite refer to GARID in a form and shape as though somebody mismanaged them. Mr. Speaker, under the GARID project, which saw a huge committal of about $350 million, we were supposed to build storm drains in Accra within the Odo River Basin. Mr. Speaker, that is not being done. Let government do it. We were supposed to build water holding ponds. Mr. Speaker, that would have minimized greatly the situation we find ourselves. Let us do them. Mr. Speaker, we need to manage the solid waste component.
Well, GARID and all can defend the full meaning of GARID, a greater Accra resilience and integrated development. That is the full meaning of GARID. But one would say the problem I have with these kind of people, including Honorable Martin Jamin Sakosa, who happens to be my own brother, but he belongs to the NPP and I am part a different angle, they say. There seems to be approaching nationalistic approach based on political lines. That is why I find issues with Martin Jamin Sakosa. Why a minister of local government is that? So fix the flooding in the country. Martin, you know what you did. You people did not do anything. Then you stand on the floor of parliament telling us, apart from GARID, there has never been any national approach to the flooding. My main man is simple education. Martin doesn't understand, or maybe he understands, but Washeda. In 1994, under Rawlings, DNA Kuko Koso, Environmental Protection Agency, established here. Why? Because of flooding. And I'm a NADMO, 1996. Under Rawlings, and NADMO, Martin, NADMO, ne GARID, they're in the song. You need to understand this. NADMO and the GARID, they're in the song. Now, when a whole minister, who also doubles as a member of parliament, starts to say things because of politics, GARID is only in Accra. NADMO is the entire nation. Who be catch them say you need national approach to this kind of issues. NADMO, dear Jman and NADMO here. Dear Jman and NADMO here. In 2017, a national flood contingency plan was formed. Martin, Unim, and it is GARID. GARID mo yene dabe. GARID ne ba dabe. Now no other President John Dominic 30th Junior when you nothing new law. You people just stay there and then you lie. You lie. You think everybody is idiots. You think everybody is stupid. My country say school na makono. Yeah, co school ne chemo. You people even go to school for free. We paid for our own tuition fees. To the opportunity when you're out of parliament or no. Don't think everybody is stupid. When there's national issue, national issue, political line. The moment you toe a political line with national issues, we're gonna come after you. Martin, man, can't you touch my hand and say a person attack you? I'll come and give you answer. When you come there, I'll give you answer. We are talking about national approach. We are talking about politics here. The mere fact that we're in parliament doesn't mean that will be our Ghana or Masa. You people got the money, or don't ever now, how can it's Canada man, Sicilia party or Hemfa. Sometimes I don't want to say things Yebeka sisi ladapa because NDC government in Tono, you've been in power almost 1.5 year now, more than 1.5 year, and I blame you. Mobile sisi ladapa is you na mama nenyi na kwakwada. Na dey asem kwani na hote mama. We ne beso ha no de na we ne beso de ma mine nobody is seeking the development of the nation. Wo Martin what Tachima water development project sika no way. Tachima water development project na moko gina parliament we need sisi ladapa. Kwaji over $120 million. Somebody be renovated Tachima water project sika no way. Why not Tachima kuruma also why you so be ho amano. You can't mon come on to kasa akwa dede kwa. Na Ghana na have a problem with Ghana. It seems to obi any one person mining develop it. Yetimi the entire kurodi kwa jisika loan from Japan. You be Ginawa Sicily Dapa told me I engage you Martin one-on-one. Emma Oko fa Sicily Dapa mu ko bisa question of parliament Sicily Dapa ka je say ye the 120 million no feasibility studies. Why na enya feasibility studies onim the quantity of money etimi construct ade e de kwaji loan wo ho. Otimanum na sika bia beto bia na madi. The way ye maya yetimi din asem kura ni. Monti wa masa ye ni madwuma na ye chemu na mo adwuma na mo ye no mine na ye mpe no koreka o ka no kore kire nipa na e bebo ano kwa na they twist it no kware no what wa wadi local government minister enti mo da mu dreni the whole of Accra e na John mama bae na wa bese sa anwea de kogum e na nsu ato afa nipa yesa ma show video in 1995 there was flooding in the country wo bae na as local government minister there na ye wo ye there na wo ye ka kire. Apart from Kasa and paper, so near Kasa Ghana, the development in Ghana, it is on paper. It doesn't reflect on the grounds. Sometimes when we are politicians, they are bad about more. As I can't we are pure Bantanaka, and there was some to Gary the next in Nadmo. Yes, sir. I don't know. What do you want now? That group will do much actually. They be on when you ask them. Do much here. They be when you ask them because they be a Becca. They will cancel. Woko kan fa odu ha no mo do te ho say akwawe ho akwawe say ya cause me here appointment we are me here we firo bia ho no kore na be kan kire mo masa edi be ma men kan messages na yenko yenim na ye be ko na naja nto aso tama ho na naja nto akwa na akwasa ahemfie ho no akwati Kumasi radios no ye be ko ho. Another corrupt organization is it NADMO, right? Ghana na dia masa obi aso sika man ho di ho. Etimi kotin NADMO coordinator obi say na adwuma ye ko inma de kro. It says since Martin knows how much, he should tell us where the Agenda 111 money is. Don't mind them, masa. No, they just kind of no deal. What council they twist it. Right here. Kwaji World Bank sika kro babe. Yeah, the whole town Tachima Water Development Project. You can Google and check. Ekwaji $120 million loan. Parliament rectify besi enne gata kore yentubi okurum ho. I went on radio, asked Martin James Akosa, also my project na mse monya hwe. Martin went to Parliament, asked the then sector minister who was Cecilia Dapa. Cecilia Dapa told us omo ye feasibility study said they're going to start it. And then I went back again and told him say hey madam for menya kwala. Project be na wonye feasibility study sir. Utimi hu the quantum of sika obe hia de kokoji loan. And me produce you document a Ghana by the call Japan. Quite actually say I have feasibility studies. Until when they beat me asonye. Besi and Martin never said anything. Then you know something. Some people have